Just cover this up. We're in the show. Broadcast is live. Bro, throw that LA Opera up. Let everybody see it. Let everybody get fired up. It's all going to be a good time. Everybody's good. We're here. We're live. Got a little bit of we got a 15-second delay. Just vibes. Yeah. Oh, we're using new stuff today. That's LA Opera vibes. We're going a little high tech this show, you guys. So get ready. It's going to be very exciting. Melanie, can you just do a comment for me so I can see the comments and see how that's going to work? Because they're going to be on the other side. Awesome. Hey, everybody. And welcome to the show. I added vibes to the LA Opera logo because I'm going to say vibes about 74 times today. It's so good to see all of you. We have a new way of streaming where we're streaming on a service. So we got a lot of really cool ideas and a lot of really cool things happening. I am so happy that each one of you are here joining us. I'm actually doing this for the first time from LA. So I am in LA. So I'm on the same time schedule as LA right now, which is the first time ever. So I'm doing this at like noon. And noon Nick energy, buckle up. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we'll be done in 40 minutes. Let's go. All right. So for those of you just joining us, thank you for joining us. And thank you for coming over to play trivia with us. Basically, the way this works is it's like bar trivia. So there are 5 categories, 3 questions in each category, and you will wait until the end of each category to answer. It's pretty straightforward. It's nothing too difficult. It'll be a lot of fun. And if you can, just keep up with the answers on a pen and piece of paper to your side. And then at the end, answer all the questions in the same comment box, which you're getting the AirPlay passcode, obviously. But it's really simple, and it'll be a really lot of fun. Come and go as you please. I know we're all on our lunch breaks and that kind of stuff. Game rules are pinned at the bottom of this. Yeah, so I think with no further ado, oh, hey to YouTube. This is our first time doing it to YouTube as well. And so I think with no further ado, I'm going to get my head out of the LA Opera. Which way do I go? There we go. With no further ado, let's do it. Let's bring it on. Here we go. Are we ready? We're ready. Let's do it. I'm going to move over just a little bit, so that you can see LA Opera. So here we go. Let's do it. Here we go. First category. So I'm just a little bit frazzled, but we're back on board now. Here we go. First category. I'm going to move back this way. Oh boy. First category. First category is called popra. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, popra. When opera and pop meet head to head, surely something special is in store. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Remember to put the rules. Put the answers down as you're playing. Here we go. Number 1. This rock music legend and Queen frontman had a particularly strong affinity to opera, especially the extraordinary Spanish soprano Montserrat Caballé. Caballé is bae. He and Monsi, his sweet little pet name for her, collaborated many times, but none more thrilling than their single Barcelona, which was played at the opening ceremony of the 92 Olympics in Barcelona just a year after his death. I'm going to read that again, but I'm going to say Barcelona just to cover all my bases. Number 1, this rock music legend and Queen frontman had a particularly strong affinity to opera, especially the extraordinary Spanish soprano Montserrat Caballé. He and Monsi, his sweet little pet name for her, collaborated many times, but none more thrilling than their single Barcelona, which was played at the opening ceremony of the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona just a year before he died, just a year after he died. Okay. Number two. Perhaps one of today's most talented crossover artists, Malena Ehrman had a meteoric rise in opera, debuting at numerous important opera houses all over the world. But her fame reached new heights after she represented Sweden on this Europe-wide song contest that takes place annually. And by the way, as if it's not enough, that one family is so dope. Her husband is a super famous Swedish actor, and her daughter is Greta Thunberg, the internationally renowned climate activist that was in the news a few months ago. Literally most impressive family of all time. Like, Maddie, my daughter, she better step up. You know what I mean? We need a climate activist in our family. Number two. Number two again. Perhaps one of today's most talented crossover artists, Malena Ehrman had a meteoric rise in opera, debuting at numerous important opera houses all over the world. But her fame reached new heights after she represented Sweden on this European-wide song contest that takes place annually. As if it's not enough, her daughter Greta Thunberg, the internationally renowned climate activist, rounds out the most impressive family in the entire world. Okay, again, hold all your answers, and then we'll open the comments, and we'll be ready for them. Number three. The album My Secret Passion by this dashingly handsome, long-haired soul singer with one of the most identifiable voices in the world saw him dive right into the opera world. This album features him taking on all of your favorite tenor arias, from Una furtiva lagrima to Che gelida manina, and even a duet from La Boheme with Renee Fleming. This album is so good, I often find myself saying, how am I supposed to live without you? Number three again. The album My Secret Passion by this dashingly handsome, long-haired soul singer with one of the most identifiable voices in the world saw him dive right into the opera world. The album features him taking on all of your favorite tenor arias, from Una furtiva lagrima to Che gelida manina, and even a duet from La Boheme with Bebe Renee Fleming. This album is so good, I often find myself saying, how am I supposed to live without you? Okay, so I'll read all the questions again. If you're just joining us, feel free. I need all the answers in the same comments, and I'll open comments in just a second. So I'll read them again really quickly if you're just joining us. This rock music legend and Queen frontman had a particularly strong affinity to opera, especially the extraordinary Spanish soprano Montserrat Caballé. He and Monsi, his sweet little pet name for her, so cute, collaborated many times, but none more thrilling than their single Barcelona, which was played at the opening ceremony of the 92 Olympics in Barcelona just a year after his death. Number two, perhaps one of today's most talented crossover artists, Malena Ehrman had a meteoric rise in opera, debuting at numerous important opera houses all over the world, but her fame reached new heights after she represented Sweden on this European-wide song contest that takes place annually. Her daughter's Greta Thunberg, MBD. Number three, the album My Secret Passion by this dashingly handsome, long-haired soul singer with one of the most identifiable voices in the world saw him dive right into opera, in the opera world. The album features him taking on all of your favorite tenor arias, from Una furtiva lagrima to Che gelida manina, and even a duet from La Boheme with Renee Fleming. This album is so good, I often find myself saying, how am I supposed to live without you? Okay, so that's the first round. Be sure to comment, all in one comment, your answers. And in 3, 2, 1, send them. Let's go. I know there's a 15-second delay, so I'm going to give it a little bit more time. I'm drinking out of a Beatles cup. Please send your answers in. And if you're wondering, while we're waiting for answers, if you're wondering, like, where I'm doing this from in LA, I'm actually broadcasting this from Joshua Guerrero's house. Almost Jordan. I'm Guerrero's house. Oh, the answers are pouring in. Awesome. Was it a way it seemed rather comic at time there? Yeah. Anyways, that's a great comment, Lisa. That comment threw me. That's fantastic. Yes, I'm broadcasting this from Josh's house, and we got the LA Opera vibes behind us. We've got it's interesting because broadcasting this from a tenor's house, because I usually just broadcast it from my own, I have a new sense of like confidence and a new sense of like my voice is sitting higher. You know what I mean? I'm like ready to walk into a rehearsal like a little bit late so people know that like I'm the star of the show. Like everything has changed broadcasting this from a tenor's house. I like really am moving in, finding myself. I'm really like locking in. Send those answers in as they're coming. Send those answers in. I'm drinking super cold brew, so this is going to be a very fast version of trivia. Good. Answers are rolling in. That's excellent. Cool. So I'm going to close the comments in just a second. I'm going to close the comments for answers. And we're going to do that in, let's call it 3, 2, 1. No more answers. Obviously, if you're watching this the day after, go ahead and send your answers in too, and they'll be calculated and added to your total. So please do that if you get a chance. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on, shall we? Let's move to the second category. Yeah, awesome. Let's do it. So here we go. Category number 2. Again, if you're just joining us, keep all of your answers until the end, and then write them to the end of the category, and then write them in the comment box. Here we go. Second category. Now, this is a category near and dear to all of us opera lovers' hearts, and all of us Americans' hearts, really. This category is entitled Notorious RBG. That's right, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, baby. As we mourn the passing of Supreme Court Justice and opera devotee Ruth Bader Ginsburg, this category is in honor of her endless evangelism and philanthropy to the art form that both she and all of us love so dearly. For those of you that don't maybe know, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was, of course, the Supreme Court Justice for decades. She just passed this week, which is very sad. But she was a major opera fan, like deep cut opera fan. You know what I mean? And so this category is all in honor of her life and her incredible public service. So here we go. Number one. In 2017, the opera Scalia Ginsburg by Derek Wang, which details the unlikely friendship between Justices Antonin Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and their shared love of opera, premiered at this famous summer festival in upstate New York, just outside of Cooperstown. Now, I know the actual premiere of this piece was in Castleton with Lauren Mazel conducting, but there was a ton of revisions. So they even call it the sort of premiere 2.0. So that's what we're talking about. Yeah. So I'll say it again. In 2017, the opera Scalia Ginsburg by Derek Wang, which details the friendship between Supreme Court Justices Antonin Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and their shared love of opera, premiered at this famous summer festival in upstate New York, just outside of Cooperstown. And I'll also just make a note that it's so fascinating. That opera is so fascinating, detailing their sort of, you can't get to people that are more divided on the political spectrum, but they were like best friends and read each other's briefs and edited each other's decisions. And I think in a polarized world that we're in right now, I think that that's a very interesting, cool thing. And they both loved opera. So I think that's super special, just as a side note. Number 2. Notorious RBG category. Normally found on the other side of the fourth wall, RBG made her stage debut at WNO in the fall of 2016. She played the speaking role of the Duchess of Quackenthorpe in this Donizetti opera. Hopefully, the tenor that night brought at least 9 high Cs. Of course, now listen, the tenor that night was Larry Brownlee. So, of course, he had him. He had him in spades because Larry Brownlee's bae. He's the best singer ever. And we share the same last name, NBD. I'll read it again, number 2. Hey, Larry. Normally found on the other side of the fourth wall, RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, made her stage debut at WNO in the fall of 2016. She played the speaking role of the Duchess of Quackenthorpe in this Donizetti opera. Hopefully the tenor that night, which we now know he did, brought all 9 of his high Cs. Okay, number 3. All right, number 3, Notorious RBG category. In a 2015 interview, RBG stated that her favorite opera was Le Nozze di Figaro by Mozart. Who can argue, right? But her favorite character in opera was the bar-owning, gun-toting, brawl-stopping Minnie in Fanciulla del West by this prolific composer. I'll read that again. In a 2015 interview, RBG stated that her favorite opera was Le Nozze di Figaro by Mozart. But her favorite character in opera was the bar-owning, gun-toting, brawl-stopping Minnie. I love saying that. Brings me back home. And Fanciulla del West by this prolific composer. Okay, I'll fire through those one more time and get ready to send those comments in, you guys. Ready? Notorious RBG category. I'll fire through them again. Number 1, in 2017, the opera Scalia Ginsburg by Derek Wang, which details the unlikely friendship between Supreme Court Justices Antonin Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and their shared love of opera, premiered at this famous summer festival in upstate New York, just outside of Cooperstown. Again, I know it premiered at Castleton Wednesday moment. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Number 2, Normally found on the other side of the fourth wall, RBG made her stage debut at WNO in the fall of 2016. She played the speaking role of the Duchess of Quackenthorpe. I keep saying it like that because that's just how I hear it in my head. In this Donizetti opera, hopefully the tenor that night brought at least 9 high Cs. And then finally, number 3, in a 2015 interview, RBG stated that her favorite opera was Le Nozze di Figaro by Mozart. But her favorite character in opera was the bar-owning, gun-toting, brawl-stopping Minnie in Fanciulla del West by this prolific opera composer. I'm going to open the comments. If you're just joining us, please come on. Welcome. I'm going to open the comments in 3, 2, 1. Send them in, baby. Send me your comments. We, of course, got LA Opera vibes over here just to see it again. I hope they don't hate me for putting the vibes there. You know what I mean? TM, but we'll see. Send in your comments. I know that there's a 15-second delay. Let's see. How are we doing? We're doing good. We're doing really good. This is going so well. Let's see. Let's go over here then. Go over here. Send in those comments. Send in those comments. Listen, I'm not going to tell you you're right or wrong yet, David, but you're right. You did good. But I'm going to wait till I close the comments, of course. Let's see here. Let's see. We're using this new way to do things, and it's very exciting, but it's also very extremely terrifying. You know what I mean? Let's see. Okay, no. Send in those comments, ladies and gentlemen. Send in those comments. Send in those answers. Send in those answers. That's all. That's what I hear right now because I can't stop thinking about Figaro. Let's see. Let's put that over there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Send those answers in, everybody. So far, David Friedman killing it. Absolutely killing it. So then all I have to do is share that, right? Amazing. Amazing. Great. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Super fun. This is super fun. Let's see here. La mia letizia il fo. Uh-oh. Hey, Josh. I'm not sure what just happened up here. Can you, I'm sorry. I touched my phone. Josh Guerrero is our tech guy on this. He went from being a tenor to a tech guy in
times
BD.
Are hard.
Yeah, times are hard.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it.
All right, so I'm going to close the comments in 3, 2, 1. Comments are closed. If you're rewatching this, though, and you're replaying with us, please answer now. LA Opera is still up there for sure. So if you're still, if you're watching us, how we look? Good? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So what are those answers? I didn't give the answers to round 1. I'm so sorry, you guys. Different environment. I'm all frazzled. The answers to round 1 are Freddie Mercury, Eurovision, and Michael Bolton. Excuse me. I did not give the answers. That's my bad. Sorry about that. So good job, everybody. Sorry, I'm just a little frazzled. New space, you know what I mean. You're trying to like get your mojo again. I'm used to doing this in my bedroom in Germany, and now I'm in like a kitchen in Los Angeles. So just new environment, trying to get my stuff together. So that's the answers to number 1, to the first category. Okay, second category. I'll read them again and give you the answers. In 2017, the opera Scalia-Ginsburg by Derek Wang, which details the unlikely friendship between Supreme Court Justices Antine Scalia and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and their shared love of opera, premiered at this famous summer festival in upstate New York, just outside of Cooperstown. That famous summer festival is Glimmerglass. The opera did, of course, premiere at Castleton a couple of years before, but it had a lot of revisions, so they sort of call Glimmerglass the premiere. Number 2 in the notorious RBG category. Normally found on the other side of the fourth wall, RBG made her stage debut at WNO in the fall of 2016. She played the speaking role of the Duchess of Quackenthorpe in this Donizetti opera. Hopefully the tenor that night brought all 9 of his high Cs. That, of course, is La Fille du Régiment, the daughter of the regiment, which has one of the most famous arias in the world. Sort of Pavarotti made it super famous. And it's Javier Camarena now made it very famous. Por ma na me queda, except 4 octaves higher than I just sang it with the 9 high Cs. And then finally, number 3, in a 2015 interview, RBG stated that her favorite opera was Le Nozze di Figaro by Mozart, but her favorite character in opera was the bar-owning, gun-toting, brawl-stopping Minnie in Fanciulla del West by this prolific composer. That composer, of course, is, say it with me, Puccini. Puccini's Fanciulla del West. Excellent piece. Excellent piece. So good, a lot of good answers there. Okay, here we go, baby. Third category. We're flying through these. Third category, everybody. So here's the way the third category works. The third category works this way. I am going to show you a production photo, right? So I'm going to show you a production photo, and you're going to guess what opera the production photo is from. Is that clear? Clear as mud? Everybody got it? Let's see. Here we go. So again, this is the way this works. I show you a production photo. And then you tell me what opera it's potentially from. Okay, here we go. Let's do a little. I'm doing share screen stuff, y'all. I'm going like over and beyond. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, I'm not sure. Wait, that's not it. Okay, here we go. This, there we go. That looks good. Okay, so this is number one. This is number one. This is sorry that you can see all this, but it's all good. This is the number one screenshot photo. So if you're new to opera, right? I'll walk you through this. This is a good learning moment. If you're new to opera, there's some clues that give away what this is. And I'll sort of walk you through those clues really quickly. So there's a ton of people on stage, right? So if there's a ton of people on stage, that usually means that the opera is sort of post 1850, because before that you had Mozart. You didn't really have choruses, right? But then you did, but very seldom. But now we got really big choruses. See how big this chorus is? Look, there's tons of supers on stage. And what's also starts happening in sort of the after 1850 is exoticism a little bit with opera. So composers start to play with different folk tunes in different places in opera. So we got a huge opera and we got all of this going on. We got a little bit of exoticism, as you can see from the set design and stuff. You see a huge set design with a ton of people, chorus all over the place, extras and everything. And then you see the two leads at the center, right? And so that starts to give it away just a little bit. Yeah. So that for you, those of you who are just getting to that. Yeah. So that's number one. Let's move on to number two. Number two. And for those of you wondering, this is Anna Netrebko from 2016 in Los Angeles. Let's see what you guys are seeing. Perfect. So this is, so what are we seeing? So what are we seeing here? We're seeing, just for those of you who are learning, again, new to opera, what are we seeing here? We're seeing a single woman in a black dress. We're seeing a red rose, right? Which could give it away. We're seeing a bullfighter, perhaps, in the background right here. And we're seeing a chorus full of people, right? So that should start to get us to thinking, right? So she's probably the title character in the opera, right? All right. So this is number two, right? So this is also, again, this is from LA Opera. The first one was from the Met. This is from LA Opera. So what do we see here, ladies and gentlemen? Do we see a big chorus on stage? No, right? Do we see sort of bigger than life exoticism? Maybe. No, we don't, right? We see traditional sort of 18th century costumes, right? We see this guy who's the antiquated guy dressed a little bit older than this guy. So there's some things that give this away, right? We see Ildebrando D'Arcangelo just being super handsome, which, I mean, you can't help that, right? And so for those of us who may not know, that might give it away as well. So let's go back and run through them one more time really quickly. So this is number one. Remember to write your answers down, right? This is number two, right? And this is number three. Okay, I'm going to open the comments in 3, 2, 1. Go. Go, 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 go. Christopher Allen, I conducted that show. Bro, what show did you conduct out of the three? Oh no, you conduct. Oh, Christopher Allen, who just commented, who's an extraordinary conductor. He and good friend of mine. He conducted that show of the Duchess of Krakenthorpe in La Fille de Regiment. We have a real life participant, not a participant. We have the conductor of the show right here. That's what we offer here at Il Triviatore, baby. We offer inside views. Yeah, I meant Ana Maria Martinez. I'm not actually sure what I said. What did I say? Ana Maria Martinez. I think I said Ana Maria. Maybe I did. I don't know. But Ana Maria is the best. David. Whoa. Yeah, extra points if you can give me the people and the production in places. That'd be super dope. Yeah, everybody's doing so good on this one. Bravi. To be fair, these, not that they were easy, but I'm just trying to give everybody a good chance, you know? Keep pouring those comments in. I know that there's a little bit of a delay. You can see the LA Opera behind me. Let me just duck out of the way. LA Opera all day. Oh, Carla, someone just commented that I'm super handsome too. Okay. Did I say Anna Netrebko? Oh my God, did I really? Did not mean to say Anna Netrebko. That is clearly Ana Maria Martinez, who is a dear mentor of mine, and she's fantastic. And I did not mean to say Anna Netrebko at all. So Ana Maria. Okay, so I'm going to close comments in 3, 2, 1. Closed comments. Okay, and let's go over it again. Let's look at it together, you guys. So let's start with number 1. Let me make sure that you guys can. Okay, here we go. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is Turandot. A lot of you got that right, so bravi. But Turandot is notoriously, for those of you that don't know, Turandot is notoriously like a huge production, right? So as you can see, there's like tons of supers on stage. These are all supers. These people don't even sing. They're just like hired to stand on stage and look pretty. A role I would do dashingly well. And then these are all the chorus down here, right? And then we have Ping, Pang, and Pong up here. And then, of course, we have our leads. This is the Turandot here. This is Kalof here. This is Marcello Giordani, I'm pretty sure. And this is Maria Eva Westbrook, maybe? I don't know. Don't hold me to it. This is the famous production. This guy, Zeffirelli, was incredibly famous. The Turandot production, the Bohem production at the Met. He's known for big, outlandish, over the top. And this is in the second act of the piece, which is just it's just such a great piece. And there's 87 singers on stage and probably 90 supers. So there's 200 people, and it's just grand opera in its best form, right? All right. So let's go to number 2. Number 2, of course, is Ana Maria Martinez, not Anna Netrebko. I don't know why I said that. My brain's off. And this, of course, is Carmen. This is from when Ana Maria sang Carmen in, I believe, 2016 in LA. She's one of the most honest to goodness, real, down to earth, powerful, extraordinary artists we have in the game today. And this is Carmen. And her Carmen is so good because Carmen is like a lot of stop gestures. You're like hand on the hip, like je m'amusais, ma fa je ne sais pas. But with her, you got this like 4-dimensional. You got this new dimension of Carmen. You got this sort of like interesting woman who is like conflicted and doesn't really know what she wants to do. And I remember in this production, because Carmen dies at the end, spoiler alert. I remember when she died, I had a visceral, because normally it's like, well, Carmen, like, what are you doing? Like, you're all over the, and Jose's crazy. But when she died, I was like heartbroken for her. So that is Ana Maria Martinez singing the crap out of Carmen. And that's Alexander Vinogradov just behind her that you can see there. And then finally, number 3, most of you got this. This is the famous drag Giovanni to hell scene from Don Giovanni. So the short synopsis basically is Giovanni kills that guy, and that's Donna Anna's dad. He kills that guy, and this guy comes back at the end of the opera to drag him to hell. He gives him a chance to repent. He says, repent to me. No, repent to me. No. So he gives him a chance. Giovanni doesn't take it because he's just at the end of, he's just vitriol and gross. And he's at the end of everything. And he's like, I'd rather go to hell. I'm not afraid of you. So he drags him to hell. That's Ildebrando D'Arcangelo being the best singer ever. And this statue actually sings. And that's, of course, the Commendatore coming back as a statue, as a ghost, some would say. So good job. Everybody did really good on that. No, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, right? You can, of course, play. You can just go back at the end. It'll still be up and you can play along. And it's all the same. Dinner soon with coming in. Good job. Good job. Okay, here we go, baby. Wow, just like that. Just like that. We're in the fourth category. Is everybody having a good time? I hope everybody's having a good time. I'm a little flustered, new space. You know what I mean? It's always a little bit like, a little bit different vibe. Probably have had too many super cold brews this morning because I've never done this at noon. So I was a little worried about my energy. So I was just like coffee and now I'm like, woo! So I'm gonna lock in though. I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna do my techniques. You know what I mean? I'm gonna calm down. All right. Here we go, baby. Fourth category. Fourth category. Again, because we're here at LA Opera vibes. We always do an LA Opera centric category. And so this category, the fourth category, is called È vero, which means, is it true? False or true? It's said in almost every Italian opera I can think of. È vero. And it's always like, what? No. That's what it translates to, basically. What? Or I'll give you another line read. Or it translates to like, no. Or it translates to no. Right? So it's got a lot of colors. È vero. Okay. Please send that reel to someone in Hollywood. Here we go. This is a true or false category about all things LA Opera. Here we go, baby. Okay, number one, true or false? Hold your answers till the end of the category. On October 7th, 1986, I was not born yet. LA Opera opened its inaugural production of Otello, starring Placido Domingo, Cheryl Milnes, and Gabriello. Here we go. Gabrielle, this should be a separate show. Nick tries to pronounce foreign names. Benyachakova. I know how it sounds. I just can't say it. You know what I mean? I'll say it again. True or false? On October 7th, 1986, LA Opera opened its inaugural season. That's the first season of the true LA Opera. There was opera in LA before, but never LA Opera. Inaugural season with the production of Otello, starring Placido Domingo, Cheryl Milnes, and Gabriella Benyachakova. Good. I think that's good. True or false? Number two, prior to the COVID cancellations, LA Opera was set to open the 2020 season with Evgeny Onegin by Tchaikovsky. I'll say it again. Prior to the COVID cancellations, LA Opera was set to open the 2020 season with Evgeny Onegin by Tchaikovsky. Okay, here we go. Number three. Star of Eurydice, the groundbreaking new opera by Matt O'Coin that saw its premiere at LAO last February, Danielle Denise made her Los Angeles debut as Miranda in Journey to Cordoba in 1995 at the age of 15. I'll read that again. True or false? Star of Eurydice, the groundbreaking new opera by Matt O'Coin that saw its premiere at LAO last February, Danielle Denise made her Los Angeles debut as Miranda in Journey to Cordoba in 1995 at the age of 15. Okay, I'll rifle through them one more time. This is true and false. Hold your answers till the end, please. On October 7th, 1986, LA Opera opened its inaugural season with the production of Otello starring Placido Domingo, Cheryl Milnes, and Gabriella Benyachakova. Benyachakova. Nino, where's the accent? Nino Machete. Or Nino Sanikite. 3. Star of Eurydice, the groundbreaking new opera by Matt O'Coin that saw its premiere at LAO last February. Danielle Denise made her Los Angeles debut as Miranda in Journey to Cordoba in 1995 at the age of 15. So it's either pronounced Miranda or Miranda. I'm going to go with Miranda, right? Doesn't that feel like Clueless vibes? Miranda. Man, I'm in LA, huh? Golly, just like that. Lock right in. Okay, I'm going to open the comments in 3, 2, 1. Go for it, baby. Send in your comments. Send in your answers. Send in any thoughts you might have. Send if you like my shirt or not. Do you think that it's cool that I added vibes to LA Opera, and do you think they'll be mad about it? Do you think I've had too much coffee? Perhaps. Do you think I should have more water? All super valid things. I know there's a 15-second delay, so we just wait for a second, but it's all good. I have my questions printed out this week, which I feel like is the more professional thing to do. TFT. David Friedman. Dog, you're on it. You know the vibes for sure. Vibes with a Z, baby, all day. Raquel, did you say your name Raquel? Raquel Pierini. She's Italian. She must be Italian. Hey, Raquel. Chris, you know the vibes, 100% all day. Please send in your questions, send in your answers, Yeah, it's been a crazy season. Just as a quick, while we wait on the answers to come in, just as a quick reminder, like all of you that are here right now, like opera's so dope, and let's just keep the hope. Let's keep the energy. Let's keep everything alive. Let's keep pushing. Let's just sort of all hang in there. And when I wrap up today, I'll do a little thing as well. But it's been a rough 2020, no doubt about it. But it's moments like these, hanging out with all of you guys and talking about opera and just sort of like letting that escapism happen for an hour, that is so important. And so, yeah, so I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. So let's do the answers. Fourth category. Yeah. So on October 7th, here, comments are closed now. 3, 2, 1, comments are closed. Here we go. On October 7th, 1986, LA Opera opened its inaugural season with the production of Otello, starring Placido Domingo, Cheryl Milnes, and Gabriela Benachkova. That is true. And if I could be anywhere in the world, I would have been there. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the energy? Opening night, new opera company that's now like the third biggest opera company like in the country, right? And like all the energy, it was palpable. It had to be like just ridiculously epic, right? Number 2, prior to the COVID cancellations, LA Opera was set to open the 2020 season with Evgeny Onegin by Tchaikovsky. That is false. It was supposed to be Il Trovatore, which is the namesake of this game. But don't worry, it's only been postponed to the fall of 21. So LA Opera took the entire fall this season and put it next fall, and was able to retain, 90% of the extraordinary cast, including Gregory Kunde, who's the best singer in the world, as Manrico. So definitely check that out next fall. Number 3 is a wild one. Star of Eurydice, the groundbreaking new opera by Matt O'Coin that saw its premiere at LAO last February, Danielle Denise made her Los Angeles debut as Miranda in Journey to Cordoba and in 1995 at the age of 15. That's true. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that Danielle Denise was in the Lindemann Young Artist Program at the Met at 18? At 18? I'm 31. And like, I might just now be ready for a young artist program. Oh my gosh. So I entered the LA Opera Young Artist Program at 23 or 24. And I was just like blindsided, overwhelmed, wide-eyed for 3 years. Like, oh my gosh, right? Because there's so much information and it's so intense. It's amazing training. But to be 18 and to be able to handle the rigors of that, I mean, it's crazy. And Danielle Denise is still singing. Obviously, she sang in 2020 here as your DJ, but she's still singing all over the world, and she's enjoyed an illustrious career. She made her Met debut as Barbarina at 19 years old. And you might say Barbarina, but Barbarina's still got an aria and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's still a high pressure situation. So that's just always so unbelievable to me. So brava to Danielle Denise. So impressive. Okay, there we go. My gosh, we're already to the 5th and final category, right? So here we go. We're going to try to do this with video this time. So everyone's going to just bear with us for just a second. Let me just get this pulled up. Come on, baby. Okay. We're gonna get this pulled up. I'm gonna do some very exciting like share time stuff. It's gonna be a really, really good time. Let's see. Let's do this. This. Great. Great. And now I'm going to share screen. Please work. Please work. Okay. So the way that this will work is I am going to play an aria, and I need you all to tell me the opera that the aria is from. Clear as mud. Bonus points for composer. Triple bonus points. Drew Carey used to always say on Whose Line Is It Anyways, 1,000 points in a game where points don't matter. But for like 4,000 million extra bonus points, if you tell me the singer, I'll fall out of my chair. So obviously I need the opera that the aria is from, but if you tell me the singer as well. So I'm going to try to avoid clicking on the video as much as possible. There we go. Okay, no one touch anything. We're going to see if this works. Oh my gosh, it's working. Okay. You're only going to hear them played once. Okay. Awesome. Oh my gosh, I did it. I did it successfully without sharing the name of the piece. Whew. Again, hold all of your answers until the end, and then you can answer at the end. Okay, so that was number 1. Let's see if I can do number 2 the same way. Oh, I'm so nervous. What you guys don't know is if I click on this video, you'll see the name of it, and it's nerve-wracking, as you can possibly be. Okay, here we go. Okay, Daryl, I'm not going to say bravo because I don't want to admit you're right. You're right, bravo. But hold all of your answers till the end. Chris is giving me dates. That's so incredible. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Da 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 do. Okay, we're gonna see if this works. Here we go, everybody. We're gonna see if this works. Share screen, application window, share. Okay. Oh, wait. Not that one. Don't look. Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm trying to do this new thing, and it actually is working out pretty well. So it's like that excitement coupled with the nervous energy of trying to do a new thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go, baby. Here we go. Okay, ready? All right, number two. It's working. Yes. Let's go to the end. Let's go to the end. Why not, right? Let's go to the end because we all want to hear that, right? Of course we do. Now we're just listening to opera together, you guys, which is the best. She's so good that it's weird. You know what I mean? It's like, who did you pay? Like, who did you sell your soul to? Unbelievable. NBD, she's from Mississippi. NBD. I'm from Alabama. Is there something in the water? Perhaps. She did not perform that very often. That is an astute observation. So just wait. We're just waiting. Everybody who's answering, bravi, you guys are having so much fun, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But just wait until the end and then answer all in one comment box so all your answers can get tallied and we can have a winner at the end. Yeah? Okay. And then finally, oh, rats. Okay. And then finally, the last one. Now listen, this one, to be fair, is an extremely deep cut. But it's the last question of trivia. So like, I feel like the last question should be almost hard, like almost impossible to answer. And this one is definitely that. So let's share the screen, baby. I'm so impressed with my tech level of savviness. I don't know anything. Okay, here we go. Share it. Boom. Let's go. You got to tell me the opera it's from. The opera it's from. Yeah, let's go to the end now. I'm so sorry to stop that because that's so good singing. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. Okay, so I'm going to open the comments in 3, 2, 1. And I just need you to send your comments in. So 3, 2, 1, open. Go for it, ladies and gentlemen. And while you guys are commenting, I will go back to, no, it's okay. We don't need to listen to that. Send in your comments. What a good time. This is always so much fun. I'm so excited you guys could join me again on this show. It's been a really, really good time. Chris Arias is absolutely his last name is Arias. You know what I mean? Like, of course he's doing good. Yeah, so be sure to answer. Just send in your answers. Go for it. Send them in. LA Opera Vibes. As always, I'll say this as we start to wrap up. I'll say this. Thank you so much to LA Opera for doing this and for allowing me to be the opera nerd that I am and allowing me to just like talk about opera for an hour. And thank you all who have joined me. I know that, listen, let's be honest. The news at the Met today about they're canceling the rest of their season, it has everybody a little bit down in the dumps. But again, it's just another thing in 2020 where we just dig a little bit deeper and we find a little bit more hope. There's always more hope. And so for me personally, when I think about, sort of if I start getting down in the dumps, like when are we all going to be able to sit in a community theater again? You know what I mean? And watch opera. I start to think about that LA Opera Fall. And listening to Il Triviatore with these people and and just listening to great music in a communal setting again. And there's nothing like it. And I think if anything that we can garner positive from 2020, if anything that we can garner positively from it, I think that the least we can get from it is we all love coming together. We all love coming together as a community to watch other people do art and to illuminate our lives in a way that we otherwise couldn't. So let's remember that and let's strive towards that and let's have hope and faith and knowledge to know that we will come back to it again. So I'm sending all of my energy, all of this vibes, LA Opera vibes, pink shirt, like ready to run through a wall energy. I'm sending it to you guys. And now I would also say definitely had too much cold brew. It's not a question of the amount of coffee I've had. It's just too much. So let's go through that category. So I'm going to pull them back up again, and pull them back up again. If you're guessing for the first time, that's all good too. I will boom, bada boom, share screen, boom. Okay. So this was number 1 in the category. Bravo. So that is, a lot of people got this one right. That is, of course, as you can see there, that is Largo Affatotum from Barber of Seville. That is Peter Mattei, as a lot of people guessed. Bravi, by the way, and that is in fact from 2007, and that is in fact from the Met. So a lot of you got that right. Very, very well done. That's very difficult. So that's Barber of Seville. Then number 2. Number 2 was this one. Let's da-da, dee-dee, da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da. We'll back that up so you can hear it. That, of course, is none other than the Leontine Price singing Madame Butterfly's aria Un bel di vedremo, which is heartbreaking. Now, as someone pointed out, Leontine did not sing this role very often, or this music very often. It was maybe just like a tad too heavy for us, some would say. But for me, it really doesn't matter. There's a deep cut video of her doing the sort of death aria scene at the end of this opera. That's incredible. And that's the thing about Leontine. She could sort of sing everything because she sang everything with exactly what voice she had. And that's a good lesson to everyone out there. And if you're sort of listening to this, you're like, what does that mean? Well, basically what it means is there's a Fox system, and light singers sing Rossini and heavy singers sing Wagner, and you're somewhere on that scale, basically. But the most important thing, regardless of what rep you're singing and what language you're singing, what composer you're singing, is singing it with your true and honest voice. And that was what Leontine did so special. And so, extraordinary singer. Wow, Miss Price. And then number 3, which a lot of people got, which was very impressive. Share that, Bravi. Let's go back to the beginning. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is La mia Letizia in fondere, and that is from I Lombardi by Verdi. Now, if you didn't get that, that's okay. Middle Verdi sort of shot himself in the foot, much like Puccini did, and much like a lot of composers did, actually. These great composers, they wrote, 20, 30, 40 plus operas, right? Donizetti wrote 75, for goodness sakes. So they wrote so many that you can only do so many, right? And so Verdi's sort of middle period, Louisa Miller, E. Lombardi, Macbeth to a degree. We're not in a theater, I can say it out loud. All of these operas, Ernani, they're extraordinary operas that just don't get, I Vespri Siciliani, they're extraordinary operas that just don't get done enough because why would you do that when you can do Otello or Traviata or like you know what I mean? Like there's so many great operas. He wrote Falstaff, and so he sort of shot himself in the foot. But this middle Verdi period is so pivotal to so many singers. This is sort of some deep cut behind the curtain knowledge for you guys. As a singer, middle Verdi is so important because it's that sort of juxtaposition of like heavier transition rep. So you're singing, the Bellinis and the Rossinis and the Mozarts and the Handels, and it's all of a sudden it's a little bit like, oh boy, bigger rep when you get to middle Verdi. And then of course you get into Puccini and you get into all of the harder stuff. But for us singers, middle Verdi, incredibly pivotal. So that's I Lombardi, La mia Letizia in fondere by a young Roberto Alagna, who is an incredible voice, and he's such a good singer and such a consummate artist. I'm just a huge Alagna guy. I've played him on the show maybe 4 times. Somehow he's underrated, perhaps. Anyways, so those are the answers. That is category 5. We've been live 55 minutes, which is right in the ballpark. It's like a 1-act opera we're doing here, baby. I want to say again, thank you all so much for joining me. I won't regale you with another monologue about hope and faith, but I hope that you have plenty of it. And I hope that you have it in spades. And if you don't, reach out to me because I have extra for you if you need it. And be sure to look at everything LA Opera is doing online and otherwise. We have some amazing lineup of streams and games and fun to sort of satiate you online, at least for the time being, with opera content. So we thank you so much for joining us. And I think that does it. LA Opera vibes all day. Huge shout out to Joshua Guerrero for letting me broadcast this from his house and use his TV to throw LA Opera up there. And yeah, for my first time from LA doing the LA Opera stream, it was super, super fun. So thank you guys for joining, and I'll sign off there, and that'll do it. Peace, everybody.